Salisbury, North Carolina, home to the Millbridge Speedway, which will host the third annual 5-Star Tire Specialties DNQ Dirt Road Course event. Hello and welcome to the 5-Star Tire Specialties Dirt Road Course race here at the Millbridge Speedway. I'm Eddie Don here with Brad Buskirk. And Brad, we both have driving experience, but we have never driven on anything like this. I mean, you've won multiple races in this series, in the Cup Series, a classy veteran. What's it like to see this racetrack here tonight?
It's scary. To a guy that's only driven on the oval, that hairpin right there is probably the scariest thing I've ever seen in a go-kart. I watched this race many times, never competed in it because I'm smarter than that. These guys are going to beat and bang. It's going to be a tough night for them. A lot of these guys are going to be going home with their head between their legs, completely embarrassed. So whoever gets it done out here, they deserve to win.
Yeah, here at the Millbridge Speedway, usually run Millbridge DNQ 1, 2, 3, and 4, but tonight we've totally mixed it up. The racetrack is completely different, and earlier we went down to the racetrack and talked about how special it is and what to expect tonight. Well, today's track layout is no different than the other track layout we had last year. These drivers are going to come down the front stretch, and they're going to hook a left into the Dr. Fauci left-hand turn. Now, right here through the left-hand turn, it can get scary. They may make you put a mask on. You have no idea what the left has in store for you at any point in time. There could be riots, there could be riot gear, there could be tear gas. But once these drivers make their way through this corner, they're going to go down to the best corner that my man Brad is down at right now. Brad?
Once these drivers have made their way out of the Fauci left turn, they make their way down here to the hardest corner on the whole track, the Bellhead, or more affectionately just known as the Bell. These drivers come in here nice and hot, rock hard. They got to get it right down here. They got to pinch it down right on the bottom if they're going to make it out of here with any kind of speed. You got to be a bottom bitch to get it out of here. These drivers are going to make their way. It's slick right now. It'll dry up a little bit later. These drivers are going to make their way right here on the cones. And what we're doing is we're nailing these cones down. So when these drivers take too much liberty and they get too low, they're going to hit these cones and they're going to bounce right off. We're going to see a ton of cars piling it up out here coming out of the Bellhead. Once these drivers make it out of the Bellhead, they got to come fast and hard into the hairpin. That is where Eddie is.
Well, if you thought the Dr. Fauci left-hand turn was tight, wait till you get to the tightest corner in this circuit all night long. And is actually named after me because I am the tightest person that anybody knows with my money. This is the Eddie DeHunt hairpin right here. These drivers are going to be forced to make the hardest left-hand turn, go all the way straight up to the fence, get all the momentum they can, and they're going to head down to the Jack Bailey bus stop, and that's where Brad is right now. Brad, talk to us about the bus stop.
We've made our way out of the DeHunt hairpin all the way down here to the Jack Bailey bus stop. This corner is extra tricky. It has 1, 2, count them 3, 4 obstacles these drivers need to get around. You might be wondering, how did this bus stop get its name? Well, Jack Bailey was once a single man, and this is particularly named after all of his ex-girlfriends. Once these drivers make it through the bus stop, they're on to DNQ 3 and 4, the highest speed corner of them all.
That's right, Brad, and right here is where the money is made. DNQ 3 and 4, the high-speed corner. We could see drivers take the top line. We could see drivers take the bottom line. Whatever line they're going to take, they're going to head right into the front stretch and right into the Dr. Fauci left-hand turn. Just like Daytona Speedway. This turn right here is very treacherous. How you set yourself up outside of the Jack Bailey bus stop will determine how much speed and what line you take out of here. Drivers at the test yesterday said they could run the top, they could run the bottom, or they could take the line straight out of the racetrack to the Shark Lounge. Tonight, this is going to be one of the most exciting events we have had all year long. Well, that was a great look at this racetrack. And that Dr. Fauci turn down there, the Bellhead, I mean, the DeHunt hairpin over there, tight corner there, Jack Bailey bus stop. So many problems could arise here at this racetrack. We've seen some mechanical failures. I mean, clutches burn out. Is that in the back of your head when you're running this track tonight?
Yeah, but most tonight, it's the middle of July. It is hot. These drivers are athletes. This track is so much more demanding than just the regular turns 1 and 2, 3 and 4 oval. These guys have to pound it into the Bellhead and then tighten it up to get through that DeHunt hairpin. And then they got to power off that corner to get through the Jack Bailey bus stop. That thing's loose and fast. And then After that, they got to get a good run out there, miss all the barriers, like the failures you were talking about. That's a big point of failure. If you clip that barrier, your night's done. Yeah, a very sound team and a very sound and technical machine will get the job done here tonight. And the third year we run it, cup practice is going on right now. Right now I see Robert Showalter very fast. He was fast at the test here yesterday as well. Yeah, well, it looks like he got a little overconfident because he's on the berm right now stuck. So one thing these drivers have to keep in mind, their cojones keep getting bigger and bigger the more laps they run here. You can't be overconfident. You got to race the racetrack. Well, there are two race car drivers here tonight that I want to touch on personally. It's Eric Riggins Jr. and Nick Stroop, the Iron Station sensation. These guys have just been killing it here in the DNQ Pro Cup and Cup Series. Is that because of their big car experience? The big car experience works well on this big track where you got to get up there and pound the cushion and beat the boards down. I think that's really where they shine compared to some of these other guys who have never been up there hot and fast. So tonight, it's a whole different track. Completely level playing field. Nobody has any experience on this track here. It's very technical, very tightly, we talked about earlier. These guys are going to really have to lay it all on the line, and they might not get it done tonight. No, when you talk about that's 5 wins, multiple top 5s between these guys, and they're high up in the points. So we'll see if that big car experience can get them wins tonight, and we talked to them earlier before practice started. Big car experience seems to be winning races here, whether it's the DNQ Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series or the Ghostface Brewing Series. And Eric Riggins, you've done so well in Pro Cup. I mean, 3 wins in a row in that series. Tonight may be a little different, but do you feel like that big car experience helps you here?
I mean, I don't know about turning right. No, I don't have any experience in that, but it definitely plays a factor when we're running the top and you're racing a different style of race, more like the big cars. I mean, you can definitely tell the difference between someone who's done it before and someone who hasn't, so yeah.
So tonight's a completely different deal. It's a road course on dirt. You guys came and tested. How did you do in that test, or how did you feel you made gains in that test yesterday?
I was horrible. I took everything last night and threw it in the trash. I brought a different go-kart tonight. I said I'm not fooling with it. I'm going to bring my best stuff for the oval stuff and just try to make it do with it and survive. So we're trying to do that tonight.
Now, the oval track stuff, you've been slam dunk. I mean, has your past experience really helped you hone in on beating everybody in these series?
It really does, I feel like, because, you know, you got to see your moves a little quicker, and you got to know when to be on the top to get your run to make a pass, or you know how hard to slide somebody, or when you're working lap traffic, you know, especially in the Predator stuff. I feel like that's just made it like so easy for me, is because it's so slow, yet I can, you know, speed it up and make the moves before, you know, I lose my momentum. And so I feel like that does play a big factor.
Eric Riggins, his past big car experience may help him tonight on a dirt road course to take home a victory. Another big man with big car experience and a big dong. I'm here with Nick Stroop. He was here testing last night too. Nick, what's your takeaway from the test?
That I suck at road courses. This ain't my wheelhouse. I have not ever been good at road courses, but we brought the Banshee out here last night. It sucked. It was horrible, so we brought the big guns out tonight. Hopefully that helps me out a little bit and kind of band-aid my lack of talent on a road course, but we'll see what we got.
Yeah, I mean, you've won the last 3 in a row here at Millbridge. You obviously know what you're doing on the oval. That's only half of the track tonight. Nick, if you're not going to get it done, because you don't sound confident at all, who's your biggest competition?
Eric Riggins Jr. over here. We're both going to be searching for a cushion. I don't know if we're ever going to find it, but we'll be out there searching for one, trying to find some grip, but we'll see what we got.
Well, he says he's going to be searching for a nickel like Eddie DeHaan any other day of the week. That's your winner, Nick Stroop, the last 3 weeks in a row. Well, let's do our quick buy or sell segment brought to you by Lead 2 Real Estate. Brad, let's buy or sell a couple things here, and I'm going to bust out my phone because I will not remember all of them. Nick Stroop, as the Ghostface Brewing Cup Series champion, I am going to buy this. This guy has started off a little rough, got unbelievably good, has big car experience, 2 wins in a row. Tonight may not be his night, and it's double points. That's something to watch, but I think he's going to take home the championship at the end of the year. You know, that means a lot. You buying something, that's saying some serious. I'm also buying that because he's been absolutely unbeatable. He's good enough, he's talented enough. He came here, tested, didn't like what he had. Sent it back to the shop, came here with something completely different. My money is going to be on him to not only win tonight, but win the overall championship.
Well, we'll look to see if he can get that done. Another League 2 real estate buy or sell moment. Robert Showalter winning a championship this year. I've been personally hard on him. Tonight might be a good night for him, but I'm still going to sell that. I don't think he's going to get it done here in any series this year. He may be very close, but I don't think he's going to get it done. I'm still staying hard on him. I can't help it.
I'm buying that one, Eddie. I mean, if anybody can get it done here tonight, it's the underdog. We talked to all the heavy hitters earlier. They're nervous. I think they're going to make a mistake, and it's going to be guys that have been consistent, kind of right there all year, knowing this is their opportunity to get it done. They're going to step up tonight, and they're going to put the big dogs down.
Okay, and we've got one more here. Daniel Armstrong winning the Busch Series Championship. Been very dominant, has pretty much won all the races. Yeah. I think, for me personally, this is an easy buy, but you still have some guys that are just lined up right behind him.
I'm buying that too. He's like Nick Stroop. He's been winning all year. There's really nobody that close to him in points. I mean, he's a good driver and good equipment out here. He's one of those guys like Kyle Busch, can win on anything, doesn't matter. Oval, road course, the bar, he can get it done no matter what. My money's going to be on him.
And that's the Lead 2 Real Estate Buy or Sell segment here tonight. Well, some real quick news and notes. Earlier this week, it was announced that Allen Racing would team up with Team Reaper Racing. We have seen this happen so many times in racing and not work.
Yeah.
Why would this work or would it not work in your mind?
A $200 bat is not going to fix a $5 swing, and that's what we got right here. This is like Kmart and Sears, like JGR MWR, like SHR Hendrick, like RCR Germain. It's just not going to work. It's not a good fit. You still got the same bad drivers and bad mechanics and bad crew chiefs, just in better equipment.
Mercedes, Daimler, Chrysler, Tiger Woods and his first wife. I mean, this is all things that just didn't work that we don't see it working. It might work for a little while till the other team starts outrunning the other one like we saw in Furniture Row, and they start cutting the bonus program off of the other team. Then it really gets interesting. So I don't think it's going to work either. I don't think it's really going to change anything. They're probably hiding stuff from them left and right. They got spindles hidden in the back of the shop. They have no idea about it.
The only people benefiting from this, Team Reapers got some more beer money.
We talked to Jimmy Allen earlier about this merger.
I'm down here with Jimmy Allen with some big news. In between last week and this week, as you can see, he's formed a technical alliance with Team Reaper. That is huge news. This is like Penske and Wood Brothers signing an alliance. His shit has gone from the dumpster to the penthouse. He has no more excuses on why he's running in the back because he's in the best equipment now. How did all this come about? How long did it take? Is this a deal that's been coming in for months, or did it just happen quick?
It happened pretty quick. We've been running halfway decent, and the Reaper guys kind of noticed that the Allens were getting better and better each week, and they're a small 2-car team, and we're a little bit larger 5-car team with 2 of us make the race each week, or 3 of us. So we jumped on board and going to share some information and drink some beers together and see how it works out. So far, after the practice last night, it seems to be like a good partnership so far.
Yeah, that's great news. Tonight, level playing field for everybody. You've got some new equipment, you've got some new confidence. You came out here and tested, went well. Can you put it on the pole and take it home? Are you going to get that Golden Ashley?
I think we do. We in the test last night, we showed a lot of speed. We got a fresh power plant on board tonight, so should be pretty good. We'll see how many people were sandbagging last night if I was out there just beating my shit up, so we'll figure it out.
Jimmy Allen thinks he can get it done tonight. With all that new equipment and money flying around, my bet's on him.
And tonight, these guys are racing for the most coveted trophy in DNQ, the Golden Ashley Burnett. This thing is beautiful, modeled directly after Ashley Burnett.
Yeah, an absolute masterpiece, just showing how buff and manly she is sometimes. I'm not kidding, she's a beautiful woman. But this is what everybody's here for tonight. I know if I was here, racing myself, this is one that you put on the mantle.
Absolutely. The Golden Ashley Burnett, perfectly laser scanned from her herself. Going to the winner tonight.
Yeah.
Out at the cabin, fresh mountain air. Wake up, we got good times to share. Crack open a can of the finest blend. Get that Busch latte feeling with my best
Millbridge lattes feature a thick foam, great aroma, and of course a finish that's crisp and cold as a mountain stream.
The crisp way to greet your day. Grab a cup of Busch Latte.
All right, well, welcome in from upstate New York. Jay-Z, let's take a look at the starting lineup.
The hotshot Eric Riggins on the front row with Ryan Ayers next to him.
Row number 2, Zach Stroop and Magic Mike Melton.
Jay Zarapata and Robert Showalter, who has been struggling lately, will be in the third row.
Ray Thies got a good run last week out, and Scott Zarowski, some guy to watch with a few road course starts.
Nick Finney and Tyler Richmond, row number 6.
Alex Bond Sugar and Craig Crossthread Smith will fill out the next row.
Larry Wilcox and Dirty Air Donnie Colwell in the next row.
Jonathan Maybe and Quentin Haley in the 13 machine.
Desi Tauchis and Sam Platt making their debuts tonight. I think Jesse was a girl.
Jonathan
I think so.
Cuevas and David Backmarker Markham rounding out the field.
Here's the Filthy Mechanic Clothing Pro Cup Series 390 stock Predator engine. The tires here tonight, they could put them on any corner. I don't think we really saw anybody try the big tires in the back. It just wasn't any faster.
No, this track is tricky enough. You don't need to trick yourself out by putting some different tires on there as we stare right into the 5 machine with the bigger tires on there.
Jonathan Mabe has another Filthy Mechanic Clothing in-cart camera for tonight. Well, Eric Riggins, starting on the pole, has been really fast in the series, has won 3 in a row, but that doesn't mean he's going to win here at the road course. He was a little concerned as a green flag is out, and we are underway as I head into the Dr. Fauci left-hand turn, and I see stimulus checks flying out of that corner.
Yeah, that's not the only thing stimulating in the Bellhead. Whoa, big wreck. We got 3-4 cars off, mostly in the back there. Nobody really cares about them anyway. Eric Riggins in complete control here on lap number 1.
Magic Mike Melton into second, Jay-Z, and he's not a name we've seen up towards the front of this races, but the road course always brings out a ringer every once in a while. Somebody does a little bit better than we expect.
You know, as they turn that hard left, some people can see through the tear gas a little bit better than everybody else here. Melton making a little bit of a protest as he marches towards the front, and I'm surprised we've had such a clean race so far. I thought there'd be karts all over the place, Bob.
Yeah, and Ryan Ayers having a good run through that Dr. Fauci left-hand turn. He goes through the Bellhead and heads through the tight corner for Eddie Dunn, and he's going to get a free one right there, which is no surprise.
Yeah, that's the tightest corner on the whole thing, tighter than Eddie's money clip, because we know that thing has 0 cash in it. Right there, we're looking at the Jack Bailey bus stop, and I think that's his ex-wife as the corner worker.
Well, Ryan Ayers starting to get a run on Eric Riggins. Now, Ryan Ayers does have some dirt experience. He's run, I believe, modifieds, dirt modifieds, but out here tonight giving a guy with another big car experience, Eric Riggins, a run for his money so far, Jay-Z.
Yeah. Ayers, he's got some speed, but the road course is a great equalizer here. No one knows what's going to happen, much like Joe Biden's VP pick.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
This thing's tough and unpredictable. I mean, like we've seen the economy this whole coronavirus pandemic. But there you see the Bad Kitty machine of... Shit, is that Ryan Ayers? Yeah. The Bad Kitty machine of Ryan Ayers really giving Eric Riggins a run. We talked to Eric Riggins earlier, and he said he came out here to test last night, threw the whole thing away, brought a completely different go-kart. Obviously working for him.
He went through the DeHunt left-hand turn there trying to pinch a penny, and he cannot get that run on Riggins to make the pass. He's better through the bus stop.
Bob, I hope the whole rest of the crew here at the track's watching this race. Ayers threw it in there, full send sideways in the previous lap, and everyone made it out the other side. The fans are loving it. They're throwing beers in there. This is a good race so far.
Yeah, local caution's only here tonight at the road course, so if you spin out, it's on you to get going again. We don't throw a full course caution unless there's a full-blown stop. And right there through the bus stop, looks like Jack's ex-wife got Ayers a little bit of a boost.
Ryan Ayers really giving Eric Riggins a run for that stimulus check. He's beating the back bumper off that 47 machine, but if he works too hard, he's not going to be able to collect unemployment.
Gets to the inside of Riggins there. This is a good battle for the lead.
1, 2, 3, 4, you could throw a blanket over them. They're in closer proximity than a protest in downtown New York City right now. This race is anybody's game right now, though Riggins is holding a pretty wheel.
Yeah, Mike Melton up on that back bumper of Ryan Ayers. He's close enough he can graffiti the side panel on that cart. As Eric Riggins doing everything he can to fight him off. Ryan Ayers goes to the bottom, makes the move on Eric Riggins. Can he make it stick? He does. He takes the Fauci left turn into the bellhead, holds him off, but here's where it gets tight in the DeHaan money clip.
You know, that was a problem on Riggins' part right there. Much like a moderate Democrat, he took 2 steps too far to the right, opened up the bottom, and he's out there. He's in the back now. He's got no chance.
Yeah, they just cancel cultured him. Ryan Ayers in a commanding lead here. Goes through the Dr. Fauci left-hand turn, through the bellhead, and through the money clip. But the action is back in the 3rd and 4th spot as Ray Thies has an issue on top of the racetrack. And we've seen him before a couple times, but Zach Stroop starting to make his way towards the front of this field, as he has done in the last couple races, has a bunch of top 3 finishes stringing along. And with double points here tonight, it's ultra important for him to finish well.
Yeah, Ayers just stretching his legs now. He's got 2-3 car lengths on second place Eric Riggins, but the battle is tight, much like the Democratic race for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. But Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, out there pulling away.
You know,
Yeah,
Bill,
we got Ryan Ayers in the lead, digging.
Bill, you were talking about Stroop being one of your lead 2 real estate group buys earlier tonight. Do you think that's still panning out? Do you think the race is long enough they can still make something happen?
You know, there are still some smart people. He's been saving his cash, saving his money. He's looking to buy that trophy later on. We know we got a 5 to go caution. He's been good, saved his tires, and he's going to give her hell here with 5.
Looks like Melton's searching around the track to try to get a run on Stroop right now, but he just cannot do it. Does Nick Finney here start? I mean, what is funny about this series is the guys who are good are starting to make their way towards the front as this race legs on for this feature tonight. But, I mean, the same guys are still up towards the front of this field.
There's good leaders and there's bad leaders. You can fake it till you make it, but much like AOC, you're going to find your way to the back of the pack before long if you're not careful.
The cream will always rise to the top.
Showalter is somebody that's been struggling lately, who I really expected to be up towards the front here, but that is just not the case as we see Ryan Ayers stretch his lead out even more. Showalter came out here and must have ran 3,000 laps last night. He tested his dick off, and still just not paying off.
The leader jumps a left rear in some lap traffic. We knew lap traffic was going to be an issue here, and that now opens the door for Eric Riggins to take a battle for the lead.
You wonder, Bob, of all these carts that are out here week in and week out, they're just running the oval. They're not using the brakes. With this intercourse here, a lot of drivers have limited experience with the intercourse, and maybe those brakes aren't where they need to be, and that's costing them time out there every single lap.
Could be. I mean, I see a lot of the guys here. The guys that are fast are sliding it. I'm not so sure the guys in the back are even making an attempt to slide it. But this Hoosier tire is definitely different, and this is the first time we've run this tire on this track. As you watch those guys pitch it in there hard, and those are all the guys that are faster doing that.
Yeah, Jay-Z, we've seen some people run some interesting lines, especially through Millbridge 3 and 4. We've seen some guys like Ryan Ayers be a bottom bitch and run right there down there on the apron. We've seen some guys be all the way up on the tippy top riding the wall. What's the fast line? What's the best way to get around this intercourse?
But if I'm looking at this objectively, I'm thinking about momentum. I'm thinking about the speed I can carry, but I also want to make the track as short as possible. So if I'm being a bottom bitch, I'm saving time by running that bottom. Yeah, if you're running to the top, you're selling T-shirts and you're cashing checks in there tonight, but you're probably not going to finish P1 as our 5 to go cautions out.
Yeah, the 5 to go, sponsored by 5-Star Tire Specialties. As we are back green, Ryan Ayers and Eric Riggins will battle this race out for the win, and let's see if Stroop can take it, and there's Showalter as well.
Riggins gives him a door, can't make it happen. Ayers still in the commanding lead, but Stroop now slides up into second place. Eric Riggins gives him a shot back, sticks his nose underneath, can't make it stick, still showing him a nose.
He's a little bit far left as he goes around into the bellhead. Big pileup, big crash. I mean, that looks like a condom burst down there.
Yeah, I saw some guys from Chop, the Chop zone, loosening the lug nuts on Eric Riggins' left rear before that restart. So that's probably what happened there. The autonomous zone guys loosens his left rear.
Bob, is this 6 weeks in a row we've seen someone lose a left rear during a DNQ show?
Yes. Hands down happens every night.
Jeremy Burnett almost got taken out by that wheel off of the Riggins machine. You see him hop out dejected. I mean, eventually he's going to have to get a better pit crew.
Yeah, had a shot to win this race tonight. Not meant to be 4 in a row. As we go back green, Zach Stroop, Nick's brother, muscles his way to the front. And we've got him stacked up everywhere. And Ian Isringhausen, who went a lap down, got the lucky dog, is now in 3rd place. Man, what a night he's had so far. Showalter in 4th as well.
Zach Stroop looking to loot this race away from Ryan Ayers. Ryan Ayers piles it down in there, runs it in deep and hard to the bellhead. Can't make it happen. Goes back to the inside. A little bit tighter through the hot money clip. They're side by side into the Jack Bailey bus stop. Who's going to come out ahead of this? Zach Stroop. He goes to the top. Ryan Ayers, a bottom bitch, makes it happen on the bottom. Is he going to take the lead back? He does.
Throws the slider on Stroop. Stroop throws the bumper to him. We got Showalter and Isringhausen all in a gooch-to-gooch battle as they head through the money clip.
That Stroop family bloodline showing strong this evening. Zach P2, Ayers out front, holding it pretty well. He's got that right rear kicking out. I think he looks pretty unbeatable tonight. 1 to go, Bob.
White, the credit won. 1 lap to go. Can Ayers win this race? Can Stroop take it, or can Showalter just steal it away from him as they head down to the bus stop?
Showalter humping the shit out of that steering wheel through the bellhead and through the money clip. Gains him a little bit of speed. Can't get to the bumper. It's Ryan Ayers taking the Pro Cup victory tonight at the 5-Star Specialties Intercourse.
Flying Ryan Ayers, tonight's winner in the DNQ Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series. Takes a shower in victory lane. What a race.
That is your motor.
Ryan, no stranger to dirt racing. Ryan, you and Eric Riggins just put on a show along with Zach Stroop and even Robert Showalter. Talk about those last few laps of this race.
Thought that last lap or that last caution wasn't going to be a double foul, but Zach got me in turn 2, I guess it was, on that last restart, and I kind of knocked the cone down going into 1, just trying to get back, and worked out though. Zach's a good friend, so that was a badass race though.
Yeah, you and Eric Riggins battled it out there at the start of this thing. It seemed like you can get off the S's way better than he could.
Yeah, turn 3 and 4, normal turn 3 and 4, we were really good. Hish made just one mistake, I think lap 11 or 12, but we capitalized. Lap cars were a little bit sketchy at times, but we broke the steering column with, I think, 3 to go, and I was just holding on for dear life after that one.
Well, for winning this race, you get the Golden Ashley and the Hoosier neckband. Ryan Ayers, tonight's winner in the Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series event. Well, it was that 5 to go caution that Zach Stroop tried to make a move, got the lead there, just couldn't hold off Ryan Ayers there at the end, could you?
Nah, he was a lot better than us tonight. We took a couple swings at this thing yesterday, but we practiced all day yesterday on the clone, and it might have messed us up a little bit. But all in all, it was a good night, really good points day for us. Keep chasing these top 3s, we'll be all right.
How was the racetrack here tonight? I mean, the racing was stellar. It was a great race to watch from the stands, but how was it from the driver's seat?
Oh, it was so much fun. I mean, me and Ryan grew up together. We banged doors and had a good time. Knew neither one of us were going to wreck each other, so it was a lot of fun.
The championship points are starting to spread out a little bit here, and double points tonight for Zach Stroop is going to help him chase that championship, guys. Awesome. Well, Robert Showalter comes home tonight in the 3rd place. I saw you throw a Hail Mary there in the last lap trying to get to 2nd and you get a run on Zach Stroop, but I'm telling you, that was probably one of the best races I've seen at this racetrack.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think I went a little too much up on air on that race, so I was sliding all over the place, but hats off to the teammate. He won. They finally beat me this time, and I'm glad for him, and good points day, I think, because Riggins and Sorowski broke out. So double points, we'll take it, and Dryden, Bush, and the Cup car. So we'll see what we got.
Robert Showalter, a good third-place finish, great for points as well tonight.
I'm going to open up 2 beers. Okay. You tell me what sounds more refreshing.
Gotcha.
This one? Or this one?
Bush. Definitely the one that went Bush. What beer is that?
Are you being serious?
Yes.
It's Bush.
Right.
Bush. Let her rip.
Pink Magic Arca Series starting lineup. We've got some young guns up front. Levi Hurley on the Tar Heel pole and Mike Bumgardner.
Row number 2, the double lot of Hunter Weaver and Drew Curtis.
Row 3, Scott Heath and Zach Campolagna.
Dylan Ratchet Jaw Teasley and Curtis Beeson in the next row.
Row number 6, the 249 of Justin Anderson and the 71 of Josh Long.
Thomas Markham and Hampton Carter making a second start in the DNQ series.
Randall Rusty Nail Beck, a winner earlier this year, and the legend John Jarrell.
66 of Mike Perks and Jimmy Pope in row number 10.
And
Elliot?
we have 2 Earnharts in the back. Here's the Pink Magic Series. Max is pink and blue. They can prep here. The inner course here tonight. Amateur racers. Always amateurs. They definitely look the part. Many races here, and tonight will be no different. Josh Long has a Filthy Mechanic Clothing in-car camera. Welcome back, by the way. Hasn't been racing in DNQ in a while. And Thomas Markham will have the other Filthy Mechanic Clothing in-car camera for tonight's action here in the Arca Series. And these races have been pretty dang good so far, JZ. I mean, we've seen some close battles, a win by 100th of a second. As they take the green, the young guns are at the front of this field, and here we go as they head down into the Fauci turn.
Yeah, the Fauci left-hand turn is going to put on some actions. They're 3 wide through the bellhead, hanging through the DeHaan left-hand turn. This race will be action-packed, Bob. You mentioned it, amateur racers, amateur budgets. They've all got a little bit of extra cash from them Trump checks. They're looking to spend it and looking to put that money P1 today.
Yeah, that 6 machine spent all $600 on tires and prep, and it's definitely paid off for him. You see that machine handling really good. As the battle is for third, I can't tell who that was because the camera's so blurry, but pass for third.
Scott Heath will take that position away. And in this Arca Series, it's been all Frank Kimmel, a.k.a. Ronnie Carroll. Scott Heath driving for Ronnie Carroll here tonight as his sub-driver. I think he's at the beach having a good time with the family. So shout out to Mr. Frank Kimmel, who is leading Arca Series points right now. Looking like he's going to have a good double points day with a substitute driver.
Probably having his own intercourse while his kart races here at the intercourse. Good for him. As we go into the bellhead, this thing's getting a little bit strung out. A lot. Look. This race is getting a little strung out like Courtney Love, but Hunter Weaver in the double-aught making the pass for third. He makes his way up into a podium position.
Hunter Weaver doing a massive onslaught online to try to get the All-Star Race fan vote. Right now, Stephen Broy owns that because he's got a bunch of family in South Africa that votes. Now, if you want to win voting, if you look up online something called a vote bot, you can get the same votes that Stephen Broy has. So the rules are wide open. I don't care. Oh, lazy eye Levi got into a little scuffle there with some lap traffic. Caused Bumgardner to catch up to him along with Scott Heath. And now the top 3 are all over each other. And another rule for DNQ starting next race is you need a driver's license or driver's permit when you check in, as a caution is out for Dylan Ratchetjaw Teasley, who has stopped. But going back green again, green flag, we're underway for this restart. You have to be 16. The problem was we had too many youngsters coming into this race, and they're not 16. I mean, we were kind of lenient with it, but we had somebody out here who's like 13. What a run Bumgardner had to bump Scott Heath to the lead. But that's what happens. When you're too young, we'll make rules to make sure you won't race being young. But that's what it is the 2 young guns hit each other going into one.
Yeah, Bumgardner got a big run off of the hot money clip turn. He's going to try that line again. You see him go all the way up to the wall, then cut down. Look at that speed. Hunter Weaver in the double-aught trying to put it in there. But Bumgardner might be onto something there with that big wide line.
There's some spare loose change up there at the top of the racetrack he's probably scooping up.
It's treacherous out there. If you look at the exit of the Jack Bailey bus stop in through the Shark Lounge, turn 4, it's that PCP, that angel dust is starting to build up there. And basically, if someone gets underneath you, you're losing at least a couple of spots. That's something to watch as the track develops here this evening.
Kara C down there taking pictures. Got a shout out to Kara C's photography. Always has great photos of these DNQ events. And look at that entry into one, Bill. Brad. It seems like they're hopping real hard getting into one. Can we see some mechanical failures on these carts tonight?
We can. This track is the most demanding out of all the tracks the DNQ series races, as we're on board with Josh Schlong trying to find the leaders. This track, oh my God, whoa! Somebody's turned around and the bellhead squirts through there. That was a great move as he gets up in the $2 bill section, coming out of the DeHaan money clip. This is the most demanding racetrack we race on. Lots of brake failures, lots of suspension failures. You've got to overbuild your go-kart if you're going to survive this intercourse.
Battling there with Zach Campologna, and I talked to him before this race started. Zach told me, hey, look, this road course on dirt is my jam. We used to run one in Tampa, Florida, and I'm looking very forward to this race as Hunter Weaver making a heck of a move there. He's going to propel himself up into the top 3.
That
now
doesn't
to second.
surprise me with Zach Campologna. Tampa, Florida is basically running through a horse pasture, so that makes a lot of sense and explains a lot about his character.
Yeah, and Hunter Weaver now to the second position. Vote for him into that all-star race as he's going to get pushed by young gun Mike Bumgardner. I like this kid. He is like a young Jeff Gordon as Weaver runs up to the fence. He does not care. I'm going to call him Jeff Gordon from now on.
Mike Bumgardner going up there and getting those $2 bills. That was thanks for the $2 bill at my wedding card, by the way. That was a nice
you're
touch.
welcome. Yes, the $2 bills start flowing. You know exactly what that means. On board with Thomas Markham as he is in a complete disaster right now on the racetrack.
Thomas
Racing hard
Markham
against John Jarrell.
Having a menage a trois through the Jack Bailey bus stop. I mean, that's something that could go either way, and they make the best of it.
And the caution is out. That is going to be our 5-star tire specialties. 5 to go caution. So we're going to line them back up and get them going. Green flag is out. Heath has the lead with Lazy Eye Levi on the inside.
That outside line took a good squirt off the start there, and he's starting to check out. Lazy Eye Levi should have been a little more active on the gas pedal there as the green flag flew.
Yeah, it seems like you want to be on the outside for these restarts because turn 1, yeah, you could lose it, but turn 2 is you got to be set up for that corner, it seems.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh,
again.
another one!
Another
left rear.
These protesters, these peaceful protesters do not stop. They are loosening up lug nuts at the 5 to go cautions. I'm full-blown convinced of it.
Whoa, that was
They're looting your lug nuts.
Catastrophe there. I can't tell if that was a protester or DeHaan thinking that was a nickel, but there's 3 of them laying on the track somewhere. Bumgardner and Heath on the front row, they fire off.
Oh, they touch. Tries to dump them.
A menage a trois for 3rd place again, and we're hung up like 2 dogs in the bellhead. Scott Heath and Bumgardner running away. This is a battle for the lead with only 2 laps remaining. 2 sticks, you see.
Yes, and all the cones are knocked down, and that was Zach Campologna. Just full-blown yard sailed every cone that was down there in the bellhead. We got carts flying around everywhere here on the entry. I love Arca because this is exactly what it's supposed to be.
We got guys showing up with 1 set of tires, although stimulus time here, we got people splurging for 2 and some dental work. So I'm just excited to see this track. The track's shaping up nicely. Burnett's did a great job tonight for the intercourse. They're very good at intercourse. We all know this. Another one goes around.
Shit cans a lap car. Oh, with the doctor's coat out, 1 more circuit remaining. Scott Heath, we're going to have to evaluate whether he can run Arca too much longer. He's got like 6 national championships and still entered under the amateurs. So, Scott Heath, we're on to you little shit.
He's going to take the win. We'll talk to this little shit down in Victory Lane. He's new to DNQ. That was a rule, I guess. Hold down here in Pink Magic Arca Series Victory Lane is Scott Heath. pretty much put it to him here at this race tonight. I know you're running for Ronnie Carroll for points, but good points tonight for him. But your first race in DNQ, how was it?
It was good. This is my only second race ever. I just borrowed somebody's jacket and helmet.
I do not believe that, but all right.
And just decided to show up tonight and kick their ass. So we might have a career building here.
Yeah, yeah. Arca Series, definitely made for beginners. I don't know what your driving experience. You're new to us. That's what matters in Arca is you're a beginner to DNQ. How was it with the 5 to go cautions and double file restarts?
Yeah, I wasn't sure really. I never did the cone thing there, so I just went to the outside because it bit better, coming to the green. Them boys were down there in the soft stuff and it wouldn't take off as good, but they're not real smart. So I could beat them to this first turn, and we just did our thing, man.
How were you able to hold on there after getting absolutely destroyed in turn 1 over here?
Well, that was the SD20 we put on the tires. It just bites better than that goat pea stuff, so we decided to go with that, and it worked out for us.
Scott Heath, SD20, it's a good cleaner. I don't know. Got it done tonight. Mike Bumgarner's going to be a senior in high school. I don't know if I believe that or not, or I'm just getting old. I have no idea. A good run here tonight. I saw you really try to make the move there at the end to try and steal a win there.
Yeah, I gave it all I had. I tried to get him on the restart, and he got away from me. I didn't feel like dumping him. I didn't know if I'd get penalized for it or not, or I probably would have dumped him. But it made for a good show anyway. So,
how was it out here running DNQ? It's your first DNQ race. Did you have a good time?
I had a blast. If they run this road course every single weekend, I'd be here for it. This funnest thing I've ever done.
Michael Bumgarner tried to make it happen, just came up a little bit short here tonight. Second place finish. Goodies Dash Series starting lineup. Mike Melton, no surprise on the pole, with Stephen Todges on the outside pole.
Row number 2, Quentin Haley and Rachel Zarapata.
Mike Contarino, someone to watch this evening, and Dan Mrak, another up-and-comer in the DNQ series.
Tyler Richmond and David Backmarkham in the next row.
Dirty Air Donnie and Nightcrawler Kelly Britt.
Jonathan Mabe and Brian Shaw, all ones.
This is pretty much the Arca Series for Cup and Pro Cup. These guys are normally guys that don't run as much, but they run the small tire all the way around. And these tires are the treaded Hoosiers as well. David Markham has an in-car camera for tonight. This series has become the Mike Melton, Mike Contarino series. These two are the only two realistically battling for a championship here. Everybody else is kind of just filling it out. But definitely getting larger fields, so that is promising for this series to continue. And that's the biggest thing. It's kind of amateur guys that want to get into the treaded stuff, so they don't run any stagger, which is a little different. But here we go. We got a healthy field for tonight's Dash Series race.
Yeah, Jay-Z, these tires have no stagger, which on big Millbridge we would say is a detriment. But here tonight, I don't think that's so much the case.
No, as we go green, 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 I'm interested to see if these guys actually turn faster lap times than their big tire counterparts, that smaller contact patch. Maybe they activate the tire a little quicker, get a little more heat in it, and they can dig off that 80 money clip left-hand turn.
Yeah, you see a little bit of a ultra black line starting to form this far into the night as Mike Melton just stretching his legs. I mean, he was out here testing last night too, and he had to run 600 miles. So we know that thing is tuned up, and he's already got one race under his belt tonight, retuned on that machine. Granted, it's a different go-kart altogether, but he knew what the truck was going to do as Mike Contarino retakes second place.
Yeah, he makes the move there. And side note, I watched Tyler Richmond dump the shit out of Sarah Zarapata, so we saw that too as David Markham has also stopped. Looks like we've got a very socialism field through the Fauci left-hand turn. Everybody has the equal amount of a lead as we've got Kelly Britt knocking into somebody as well. But, I mean, so far tonight, I got to say the Dr. Fauci turn has seemed to be pretty much the most exciting turn we've had so far during this race.
Yeah, lots of failures in that left-hand turn, which is not a surprise at all. As we head through the hot money clip, the tightest corner on this whole track, a lot of varying lines through there. Some people keep it nice and tight, some others more generous with their cash flow through that corner, but a lot of them end up with the same amount of speed into the bus stop. What do you have to say about that, Jay-Z?
Well, you know, I'm starting to like this Dash series. I'm watching them go through the Bailey bus stop and into the Shark Lounge final corner here, and everyone's moving up the track. They're moving a little bit farther right. They're seeing the coverage. They're watching the people in front of them. They're starting to learn what's going to carry some more speed. So everyone else, far left on the bottom, Goodies Dash series, moving right, finding some more speed and carrying that through the entry of the Fauci left-hand turn.
You start to see that when you get out of college, guys just start moving further right, and when they actually start making paychecks, and it seems to actually accelerate them. So, we got that going for us as we've got a disaster over there in
This
turn
is
one.
great.
Mike Contarino in second right now, and doing very well. And Quentin Haley doing fairly decent as well. He's usually a larger guy, but he's having a good run here tonight in the top 5. And he didn't start racing till like 2 months ago, so a good run for him so far. We'll see where he ends up.
Magic Mike Melton, nice and smooth through the bellhead. I mean, he's an older fella, got a lot of practice, seen a lot of things, tried a lot of things, and he knows what works now. And he's really stretching his legs and showing all them ladies in the first row what he can do here on the intercourse.
When he's not logging miles on the road as a truck driver for Wood Brothers Racing, he's logging miles here at Millbridge Speedway. And he's also been logging the ass kickings that he's been doing in this series as well. He's the all-time wins leader, 4 wins right now, but looking like it's going to be 5 before this night's over.
Yeah, Jeremy Burnett standing down there in the bellhead logging off himself. As we switch to the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th here, not a whole lot of action going on. A lot like socialism.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to have to go for a little bit more of a redistribution of wealth type of model here in the Dash series going forward. Spread the love around a little bit as Melton's just running away with it, stinking up the show.
I think it's really fair right now if we just swap the entire field, just distribute the wealth from the guy that has a rich lead to the guy that has a poor lead, and just invert the field right here with like 2 laps to go. That would be fair as Quentin Haley goes around and about dies.
Near miss there as the yella comes out. That's our 5 to go caution, just in time.
Our 5-star tire Specialties, 5 to go. And here we go.
Sarah trying to get her machine started back up. Mike Melton on the bottom. He hugs that left-hand turn. Tight into the bellhead.
Contarino.
Gets a shot by Contarino. Runs him up, and that opens the door for 3rd place.
Steven is trying to, no. Oh, Contarino had a run, didn't know what to do with it, and that is going to bring out the caution. Man, that is definitely amateur if I've ever seen it before. That's your champion from last year making a move like that.
That looked like Jack Bailey's first marriage, and what more appropriate?
A whole bunch of people hit the same piece of real estate.
Yeah, that is definitely his ex-girlfriend's for sure. He had a run, didn't know what to do with it, but instead of push Taj's to the front of the field, he decided to go through the barriers. Green flag's back out. Can Dan Marak now do anything with Mike Melton? And we'll see what happens here as these guys are beating the crap out of each other.
Dan Marak goes from 5th to 2nd. Menage a trois through the DeHaan hairpin. They're 5 wide for 6th place.
Runs were on sale there, so they got a good case of the runs, and the bean burritos were flying as Mike Melton only has a few laps left. Can he hold off Marak?
Marak looks nice and tidy, but Melton's sliding around a little bit, but Melton must have something figured out that the rest of the field needs to just go, I fucked the shit out of his go-kart, because he's doing something right and everyone else needs to figure out what it is.
He has a full-blown cart dedicated to the Dash series. That cart only runs Dash as we see the popsicle sticks up as he heads through the Fauci left-hand turn, gets past all those protesters trying to break the left rear loose.
Yeah, Dan Marak, if I was him, I would definitely be on the podium with a stagger tape, trying to figure out what's going on, maybe picking up a corner of his go-kart, seeing what he can learn for the next time here as you see the coronavirus suit up. One more circuit to go. Mike Melton, Magic Mike, living up to his name here. He's only got Millbridge 3 and 4 left.
Mike Melton coming off of turn 4, taking the victory here in the fans are pumped. The fans are screaming. Quentin Haley finished 3rd. That's a big finish for him. We'll go down and talk to him as well. Mike Melton victorious tonight in the Goodies Dash Series. He's about to get a full-blown bush bath.
Hold on, wait a second.
All-time Dash Series wins leader, Mike Melton. And tonight, getting those double points is really going to help your cause to winning this championship here tonight, and another great win.
Yeah, it is. Man, it's still just a testament to the Magic Mafia. Like, it's a whole group effort. The whole group wins tonight because we've all worked trying to figure out what we need to do, what we're going to do with this road course deal. So all of us, we're sharing complete setup stuff down to the, hey, what's the last minute change you're going to make? Like, every one of us was pretty much on the same thing. Steven stitches the 12 on the front row with us. Man, that's awesome. Finally got his cart where it was running. So I don't know what happened with him and Mike, but anyway, it was going to be a hell of a show if he could have stayed there with us. But anyway, Turbo, Tyler, CJ, Steven, G-Man, Dan, that was an awesome job for him tonight too. So we got 2 of us up here again in the podium. So it's just, I can't thank all these guys enough for coming over when I need help and being a part of it. It's a total win for all of us. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mike Melton, all-time wins leader here in the Goodies Dash Series, takes another one home tonight. Dan Marak, another top 3 finish, comes home second here tonight. Dan, you guys just keep going. Eventually, you're going to start challenging Mike for some wins, aren't you?
I don't know. He's tough to beat. Just to finish second's an honor, with just being my 4th or 5th time out. I mean, he's a master. He's, I guess, all times win leader. So just to be close to him is a really cool deal.
What was it like running this road course here tonight?
It was fun. I was a little nervous coming into it. I'd never done anything like this before, but we were out here last night. I ran about 130-something laps, just trying to figure it out. And Mike helped me out tremendously, just telling me how to get around here and what kind of setup to run, and it kind of paid off. So it helped. I was back 4th or 5th and missed a wreck back there and picked up a couple spots, and then I was able to hang with them. So it was a good night.
Dan Marak, double points here. He may challenge Mike Melton for this championship before the year's out. Well, a surprise 3rd place finish for Quentin Haley. Dude, you were so pumped to finish 3rd. We were excited to watch you finish 3rd. I mean, talk about the end of that race. There is no lead on this cart, I guarantee it.
I'm a big boy.
I mean, dude, you're spotting these guys' weight. I mean, look, you had a good run here tonight. It's something to celebrate.
Yeah, I don't know. I showed up not expecting a 3rd. It's only my 2nd time out here. I don't even have the words to describe how I feel right now, honestly. I mean, I didn't start any kind of racing until literally a month ago. So, crazy to be here right now.
Do you feel like Justin at Daytona with the Cup race right now?
Honestly, yes, because I feel a little lucky. I'm not really sure why I'm here. I'd like to thank my sponsors. Chris Rice, I know you're back home. But, yeah, I just feel the same way. I assume this is how he feels. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say in front of a camera. I've never been here before. Hi, guys. How are you?
You got anybody to thank here tonight besides Chris Rice?
Oh, yeah. I'd like to thank Justin, obviously. He is the most important part of all this. He sets the car up. He basically drives it for me, honestly. I feel like he's got an RC car hooked up to it, and he's just wheeling it for me. I'd like to thank my mom, Nate, my dad, all those people who just said I couldn't do it, so then I could show up and say I could do it.
Quentin Haley, a 3rd place finish here tonight, an awesome finish for somebody who's just making it happen tonight.
That's a sound of refreshment. No question about it.
I got a question. Does camouflage actually work?
Let's see.
Wow. Huh. Did not see that coming.
Kind of the point.
Carroll and Tractor Trailer Repair Bush Series starting lineup. Daniel Armstrong on the pole with Robert Showalter, last year's champion, on the outside row.
Row number 2, Dick Schaffner and Mike Bumgardner coming back for his 2nd round.
Row 3, Lazy Eye, Levi Hurley, and Zach Campologna. Good run earlier tonight.
The Rusty Now, Randall Beck, and Redhead Redemption, Caleb Clark in the next row.
Mikey Rimjob and Austin McCainville in row number 4.
Dylan, Ratchet Jaw Teasley, and John Olivero in the next row.
Rob Bates, Ian Isringhausen in the next row, and Brianna Lyons will round out the field. Here's the series information. Let's talk to our in-race reporter, Caleb Clenard. Caleb, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
All right, Caleb, you won 2 of these features last year. Can you get it done tonight?
Starting this far back, definitely going to be pretty challenging, but, 5-Star Tire Specialties, we run that company here, and putting on title sponsor for this race, so looking for a good showing out for these guys on a different spot. They're a different go-kart than I was last year, so definitely going to be a little difficult.
All right, Caleb, well, good luck, and have a good time out there.
10-4, I appreciate it.
All right, good luck to Caleb Clenard as we go green here for the DNQ road course race, and Showalter kind of led off there, and Daniel Armstrong will kind of fight his way, and he will get the lead from Bumgardner as they head through the money clip.
We saw these two red carts battle earlier tonight, and they're back for more, but Robert Showalter trying to put himself in that picture, break those two red carts up.
Yeah, Showalter racing Bumgardner. That's kind of like watching Earnhardt and Gordon race each other here in the DNQ series. And look at these nose flat. Brad, are these guys floating the noses on these carts to get more travel?
Well, I saw some people through that bellhead be hopping all over the place like my old lady, but some guys, like you said, they're floating the noses. They rev in there deep and hard. Right there, you see the 6 machine hit, doesn't pick the front tires up off the ground, and it digs in and cuts. Robert Showalter with a big improvement from earlier tonight. Huge run down the backstretch. Gives Bumgardner a shot.
Now, it did rain before this race started tonight, so the track is extremely wet, JZ. How would you prepare for that?
Well, if it rained and they just ran that track in, I'm grabbing the hardest, baddest, most strong prep I got in my trailer, and I'm throwing 2 or 3 coats of my tires. I've got the torch out there. I'm sucking all that stuff into my lungs. I'm trying to get them to prep down as quickly as I can. As Showalter sliding around, still trying to find a way past Bumgardner there.
Man, these guys are all over. Ratchet Jaw goes for a spin off Randall Beck's nose. Caleb Clenard, marred in the back of the field. He just has not had a good year this year, has he?
He's not. He can't get it together here as we go on board. I think his steering wheel is all fucked up. That's probably one of them. But you just see like the motor's wobbling all over the place. He can't see out of his helmet. There's just a lot that he's got going on that he needs to get back to basics and stop trying to trick Buck.
He's got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours in a go-kart. He's running every single weekend, as he mentioned in the interview earlier tonight. And he really should be doing better. It's kind of like a Stenhouse, where when there's no effort required, he seems to show up front. But he's got to focus and do better on the more technical tracks like the Intercourse here.
As we watch Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt battle it out for the second position. These guys are slamming each other extremely hard. Makes the move. Wow. Oh. Showalter makes a awesome move there down the back Jack Bailey bus stop, and he is going to slide in there, avoiding the lap traffic. Yeah, Caleb Clenard had such a successful season. You got to think maybe he got a little complacent this year, thinking it was going to be as easy as it was last year. But the competition is ramped up in all DNQ series, and sometimes you got to get a little bit better.
He's also venturing into new territory, Bob. He has his five-star tire specialties prep line, and it was working with the Maxxis Pinks and Blues, but he's been venturing into the treaded classes and running some different setups. So it'll take a while to develop that notebook, figure out what's going on, but with his experience, you would expect him to do a little bit better than he has been the last few weeks.
Showalter and Bumgardner trading places back and forth, and they are just side by side beating off each other. That was a pipe bomb that just went off. It was you can barely see down in turns 1 and 2. Showalter comes out ahead. He barrels it deep into the bellhead, coming through the hot money clip nice and tight like Eddie likes it. You can see, wow, great corner by Showalter. Gains 4 or 5 car lengths over Bumgardner.
Yeah, and when these guys go through that Fauci left-hand turn, they get a $1,200 stimulus check, but by the time they get out of the DeHunt money clip, they only have half of that money left.
It's hard to stay away from those big screen TVs at Walmart. They knew what they were doing. Everyone wants that big-ass flat screen in the living room. It's hard to say no.
You got to have an outdoor TV. Lazy Eye Levi right behind Mike Bumgardner, the 2 young guns of DNQ. Maybe too young. We'll see next week when they got to bring their driver's license to check in, as right now Daniel Armstrong, who has been slam dunking this series, leads the field.
Yeah, Daniel Armstrong giving that 192 machine another great run tonight. We saw Scott Heath take home the win earlier tonight. Daniel Armstrong proving that it's the car, it's not the driver. But as we see Lazy Eye Levi try to loot that fourth place away from Bumgarner. They know, since they're minors, that they're only going to go to juvie and they won't spend any actual time in the slammer. So they're going to let them have it as Bumgarner comes up on Ratchet Jaws, who spun out 3 times in this corner tonight.
Ratchet Jaws on some new equipment too, going back to last week. I think this is the second week on it. Maybe he needs a little bit more time in the chassis to figure out as we're up to our 5 to go. That'll put Armstrong back in everyone's clutches here as one goes around.
Yeah, that 5 to go brought to you by 5 Star Tire Specialties as we go back green, and here we go. The shit canning will commence as we see them all head to the hairpin. Yes, Jeff Gordon will now take over the second place over Dale Earnhardt, and just like times before, that's going to make him angry, and maybe he will get by him here shortly.
Yeah, they both got to get together and draft tip to tip through this Jack Bailey bus stop. You see him give a big shot. I wish we had a rear entry cam on that 6 machine. Showalter dives to the bottom through the Fauci left-hander. Can't make it stick. He gives up his stimulus check, but these boys need to work together if they're going to catch Armstrong.
Showalter with a big run through the bus stop. Must have got a Jack Bailey alimony payment, and he is going to lose a little right there through the backstretch.
Like going to court with your ex-wife, you never really end up ahead. You always end up a little bit behind as Bumgarner getting passed underneath by, who is that there, Bob? That was a cart we haven't called all night long. He's showing his face here at the end of the race.
Austin McInville, I believe, in the 12 here. Machiavelli tonight in that cart as the white flag is out. Can anybody do anything for the second place with Bumgarner? Armstrong is checked out. Clenard made his way towards the front here, but nobody is going to touch Daniel Armstrong, and we did tear his engine down, so when everybody complains about it, he is going to take home the win tonight. Let's go down and talk to him in Victory Lane. Daniel Armstrong victorious tonight in the Carroll Tractor and Trailer Repair Busch Series. Daniel, it seems like your year here in the Carroll Tractor and Trailer Repair Busch Series. I don't even know how many of this is in a row. It's getting up there, isn't it?
Yeah, just come out here, have a little fun. You know, you learn a lot when you travel 7.5, 8 hours on a weekend with Todd Miller and the whole group. You know, a couple arguments in the trailer over SD20 or GOAT, I guess. I don't know. SD20 seemed to work here. I don't know what Scott's problem was this weekend. But, I mean, we had fun. It's a little wet now, but I guess that happens in intercourse, right?
Yeah, that was a heck of a run. I got nothing else to say after that. This is Daniel Armstrong, your winner tonight. Michael Bumgarner comes home second here tonight to Daniel Armstrong, and he's our Busch Series points leader. He's won a bunch of these races, but finishing second to him is probably not a bad night.
Yeah, no, we put that go-kart together last week. It's a 1998 Trick Olympic, so I ain't going to complain about that thing running. It runs, oval or road course, it'll run.
Yeah, and I come out here and I look at you racing Showalter, like Earnhardt racing Jeff Gordon out there. It was something to watch, but I mean, it seems like you're doing very well, and you would fit in very well in this series.
No, yeah, me and Showalter were freaking going at it. He knocked me out of the way one lap, and then I knocked him out of the way one lap, and it was just good, hard racing. I love it.
Michael Bumgarner, second place finish here tonight. Our young gun here in the DNQ Busch Series. Well, Austin McInville comes home third here tonight. I probably just butchered your last name, but how was it here making your DNQ Series debut?
I had fun. I've only ran here once, but never run the road course. I had a good time.
Yeah, there's a lot of beating and banging there. Seemed like some doors open for you, and we were able to get a top 3 out of it.
Yeah, they start fussing at me, but when you got 10 carts slamming on brakes going into a right-hand turn, you ain't much you can do. I'm not going to let off if I'm fast.
You got anybody to thank for this?
Yeah, I got to thank my whole Footloose Racing Chassis crew, Drew, Cheeseburger, Eddie Mishu, everybody.
Third place finish here tonight in the 12 machine. Ghostface Brewing starting lineup, and it's inverted. So CJ Winslow, qualified 6th, will be on the pole with LJ McClear on the outside pole.
Nicky Stroop and Eric Riggins lost the left rear. Hopefully he torqued it for tonight.
Jason Asbury and Jimmy Allen in the next row.
Ronnie Shirk and Dean Bush, who hasn't run with us in a while, be filling out the next row.
The Mad Kitty and Robert Showalter back again.
Ryan Richmond and Mike Rout in the 112.
Steven the Bus Boy and Craig Crossthread Smith, both weapons on the racetrack in the next row.
Speaking of weapons, David Crops and Josh Rayoon make up row number 10.
And Mickey Roop, zero privilege, starting scratch on the field.
Here is the Ghostface Brewing Cup Series. For everybody out there that has a racetrack and wants to copy it, there's our rules. So there you go. It's only a matter of time, I know the truth. So everybody going to start picking up on the treaded stuff.
Well, Bob, we just want to make it fair for everybody.
Exactly.
We want to make sure no one
go-karting.
has an unfair advantage. You don't have that privilege propping you up, and then it's all fair and earned equally.
You know, you can duplicate DNQ all you would like to, and you can imitate it. You cannot duplicate it. So good luck doing all the work that we do to keep this series strong. Suck it. Here we go. CJ Winslow gonna take the field to the green as he takes the green. Asbury's got the pole, but he threw a 6 on the dice. But here we are. The big dicks are back in town as they head through the bellhead.
Yeah, Eric Riggins putting pressure on the old man, LJ McCleary. LJ McCleary slips by Winslow. He's a little bit tighter through the hot money clip. I didn't know that was possible. And he goes up top. He's selling T-shirts, showing he's still got an old man in command.
Matt Kenseth now leading this field.
These carts are high, wide, and handsome, Bob. They got those big clone motors on there. They're almost 200 miles an hour on entry into the Fauci left-hand turn. They're high, wide, and handsome. These are the fans are pumped to see as someone gets down to the inside here and almost loses it. Nice save, much like the Biden campaign.
Yeah, that was a good save. If he stayed locked in the basement, he would have never had that incident.
Eric Riggins getting a little bit high through there as the battle is for, I don't know, 8, something like that. Going back to the people that actually matter, CJ Winslow gives up second spot to Eric Riggins. He's trying to make up for his big mistake earlier.
Winslow's done a good job. Now, the invert has put him on the pole the last couple of races, but he's figured something out because he's starting to get a lot faster in this Cup Series, which is ultra competitive. I mean, these guys, we didn't send anybody home tonight, but I'm telling you, this field is out of control. These guys are ultra competitive all the time. Great competition here.
Well, I think he's figured out you just got to be 4th best, and DNQ will give you the pole. Eric Riggins giving LJ McCleary a run for his stimulus check. He puts it on the bottom there, gaining little by little on him. It's only a matter of time before gets a little police brutality on that back bumper.
You know, McCleary's been around a little while. He's had a few run-ins with the cops. He knows the right things to say. He knows what to do to sweet talk himself out of a ticket, as that truly machine gives McCleary a big beat into the back bumper, much like a New York City cop at a recent protest.
And the black and blue beating the bumper off of that old machine, about to make him black and blue as he goes for the lead. Slips by into the Bailey bus stop, just like Jack's new side bitch. So good for him.
He does not have a new side chick. He does not have a new side chick. McCleary into the cones.
And they're hung up like 2 dogs.
Man,
Nick
Stroop, your
says,
points leader,
"Get
does
off
not.
me."
Stroop does not need a night like this. This is double points as Asbury's, who started on the pole, had an issue, fires his cart back up, gets rolling. But man, that's a tough deal as a truly hard seltzer machine of Eric Riggins leading this field. CJ Winslow holding tough, and look at him right there. Robert Showalter. Talk all that crap about this guy, and here he is making his way into that second position.
Showalter's got that body cam on. He's got to be nice and clean tonight, and he's been making it work. I mean, he's really tuned that machine in through the 3 races he's been in tonight. Showalter nice and tight through the bellhead, rims it in there hard. He gets a big run down the backstretch. He's really caught on to something in that DeHunt money clip. Eddie, what do you have to say about that?
Well, you know, there is some loose change down there in the bottom, and there's also some $2 bills at the top of the high line, and too. And look at there, Eric Riggins almost got that $2 bill. But look at Showalter right here. There's that loose change on the bottom. I mean, you got to go for it. There's some money strewed upon there, and you got to dig for it.
The middle just looks like a line of cockroaches. You got to avoid that. You got to get down with the loose change or up with the $2 bills. And he's got it figured out.
Yeah. You get through that Fauci left-hand turn, And you don't know what phase your state's in. I mean, you could be in phase 1, you could be in phase 2, you could be in phase 3. And a lot like the money clip to Hunt Corner, you got to pick a phase. Either you're going to go to phase 1, 2, or 3, and that really just depends on how free your card is.
Yeah, Nick Stroop pushed that cop off him earlier there in the bellhead. As he puts it to LJ McCleary, finally gets by him. He's trying to make his way back up the phases. He's up into phase 2 now in that SRI machine, hunting down CJ Winslow.
Going back to the beginning of the race, Brad, we had Stroop as one of your lead 2 real estate buy picks, and much like the real estate in many of the downtown cities these days, his stock value is rising. Do you think he's going to get it done tonight?
The way he's racing right now, all he needs to do is catch a next tax break, and he can get that stimulus check to put a down payment on some of that real estate. But what I want to talk about right now is the the 5th ward of, why can't Showalter? What I want to talk about right now is the 5th ward of Showalter running down Riggins, absolutely matching his lap time or besting it lap by lap.
Yeah, and now we've got some lap traffic he's going to have to deal with and navigate. That may allow Showalter to get to the bumper. We've seen guys in the past have problems with it, but there is the advantage right now. Showalter's starting to dig on him. He's getting through that lap traffic a little bit better than Riggins as they go 3 wide out of the money clip. That's going to give Showalter a run towards the lead.
It looks like a September debate, Jay-Z. These leaders are running up into all sorts of hard questions. What do these guys have to do to methodically work their way through this crossfire?
Well, Riggins is getting the gauntlet right now, and Showalter is just hoping for a softball from CNN so we can hit it out of the park here in front of the 16 different people that are watching the debates right now. So we'll have to see what happens next.
Showalter does really good through the buff stop. He can get a run and get to that back bumper, and that's where Riggins struggles, as he is going to make a run up to him here. Let's see how much he closes in.
Riggins has lost the lead quicker than Gabe Pete as Showalter runs him down. He's only got a few laps left to be able to make this move before the 5 to go caution, and then the field is going to reset just like March in the rest of the world. These boys, it's a tight race.
You know what? Tonight is really Showalter's V-shaped recovery. He was heading to the bottom, and he is starting to let his stock come back up as he is challenging for the lead.
Riggins is starting to sweat more than Bill Clinton when he saw Jeffrey Epstein get arrested here. Showalter is pushing the back. He gets to the lead. Bobby Showtime out in front. Riggins back to P2.
And there it is, our 5-star Tire Specialties 5 to go caution. We will revert back to the last lap, but good moves by Showalter. Let's see if he can take this thing and win it. Here we go. Green flag is out as they head into the Fauci corner, and a new mask mandate just came out.
Bobby Showtime gives him the bumper. Can he make it stick? On the outside of the money clip, gets up there in those $2 bills. It's a drag race between him and Riggins, and Bobby Showtime gives Riggins the lead like a baby back bitch. Bobby Showtime is going to have to live up to his name a little bit better, because that's now opened the door for Nick Stroop.
Yeah, don't look now. Your points leader, Nick Stroop, has got a run, and here comes Jimmy Allen in that Team Reaper machine, and oh, no! Oh, God. He just spun the points leader.
Allen just sends Stroop for a spin the second time tonight for him. That puts him out of it. Now we're back to the front in that 5th ward machine of Robert Showalter, Bobby Showtime, doing everything he can to gain on that black and blue machine of Eric Riggins.
Yeah, I think he thought that Stroop was too privileged, and he said, hey, you got too much privilege. I'm putting you to the back.
Yeah, we'll see how much privilege that white number 5 has. But he's got a lot of work to do to gain on the black and blue. It looks like they're going to come out ahead again.
Yeah, Showalter's got a little rub on that left rear. The bumper bar got pushed in. As Jimmy Allen having a good run. CJ Winslow McCleary doing a great job tonight for a double points night. As looks like Riggins is starting to skate away. Jimmy Allen, though, having a great run. He was kind of about 7th or 8th in that restart. He really gained some spots.
Like a rich daddy, it's letting Riggins get out of that tight spot there. As he comes by the line, he takes a double checker. Let's go talk to him in Victory Lane.
Down in Ghostface Brewing Victory Lane here. I mean, the Cup Series has been really competitive, and you come out here and get the win tonight, but it was not an easy win by any means.
No, I mean, I had very low expectations. I come out and tested last night on a different kart, thinking, you know, it's going to be a little rougher, but, you know, the racing actually was clean, you know. Showalter leaned on me a little bit there, but, you know, I leaned back, and, it, you know, we raced with respect, I feel like, pretty good in the Cup Series, so you know, that was, you know, beside the fact, and I just held on there them last 5 laps. I knew it was going to be tough, you know. The race was after the 5 to go caution, you know. Everybody knows that, but I was, you know, just good enough to get a little gap to where I could actually run like a real lap instead of trying to block. And then I think he got held up behind me, but that helped me out. But I got for a first Cup win. It's been a long time coming, I feel like, but had some misfortune in the Pro Cup, and I was happy to be able to win one tonight, you know, whether it not be the Pro Cup where I needed it for points-wise, but hey, I'll take it any way I can get it, you know.
Yeah, and you get to take on this beautiful golden Ashley Burnett, the actual laser design, full-blown body of Ashley Burnett. So that's got to be a beautiful piece.
Like, wow, that's
her, 100%.
It's impressive. I don't believe it. I mean, I don't doubt it, is what I meant. I mean, you definitely hear it from her, so yeah, that's for sure.
Eric Riggins gets his first Cup Series win here tonight. Robert Showalter comes home second here tonight in the 5-Star Tires Specialties road course race. Man, I've been hard on you in the videos because it's just, you know, it's just been an off season for you. I want to see you do well, but tonight was a step in the right direction for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to swallow from winning 11, 12 races last year to scratch my head wondering what the fuck's going on this year, but we're getting closer. Man, we passed him, and he knew we were here, and caution came out, and we got back second, and I think I would have had him, but we got duped there in the bumper bar. I need to make our bumper bar something a little more solid because it hit the tire and was dragging, so I kind of lost the speed and momentum there with the bumper bar dragging on the tire there, but hey, to finish second to Riggins that's been winning everything, I feel like I got a accomplishment today, so.
Yeah, it's been a tough season, but a very good run here tonight for Robert Showalter, P2. Well, Nick Stroop down here not happy with Jimmy Allen Jr. What was that conversation about?
Hey, he's mad. I've been in his position before, and I was mad too, so it happens. We got into each other there. He's got to understand, and I'm sure he will before this is all said and done, that I got how many ever got any other vultures back there pushing me into him too, so it sucks. He's probably mad too because I turned off of him to kind of parked right in front of me. I had to get off of him, so I feel bad for him. It sucks. He was running good, but he has his fun on the oval stuff. We all run behind him, so we'll regroup and get ready for the oval. I'm excited to run the oval now with some legit horsepower, so I think we'll have something for him.
Yeah, good finish here tonight. Double points as well. That's really got to help your case. And it seems like you, once again, we talked about these relationships with race teams. You finished the best out of all of them getting their information.
Yeah, my teammate there ran me a lot harder than I thought he would. But that's all right. That's good. It's fun. I mean, this is all a lot of fun. I wasn't looking forward to this race at all, and came out here for practice last night, and the first lap on the track, I was like, oh, this is pretty badass. So I enjoyed it, had a good time, and so I can't wait for the oval now.
Jimmy Allen, a good double points night here tonight. Going to propel him to the top of the point standings. All right, you're good. Go ahead. I have to do my duties of the series. Go ahead. I apologize. I have to. No, I let him cool down for a minute. All right, down here with Nick Stroop after a strong run. Just did not end the way that you would like. Talk about the contact with Jimmy Allen.
Well, we got 20 carts against 2 out here, and we're running really good, and I feel like we are getting just ganged up on, but the professional way of saying this is we got raced hard today, and we'll just get them next time.
Nick Stroop a little upset after tonight's finish, and that'll be the end of it. All right, Arca Pink Magic final results. Scott Heath, champion all over the world, has won this race. Congratulations, you beat a bunch of beginners.
Ratchet Josh Teasley comes home with his first top 10 of his career.
Carroll Tractor and Trailer Repair Busch Series final results. Daniel Armstrong just absolutely destroys the field.
Mike Bumgardner, that's the second time we've seen his name up there in P2. Always a bridesmaid, which is not necessarily a bad thing.
A young gun to watch, coming up through the DNQ Series ranks, especially in Arca and Busch Series. Ghostface Brewing Cup Series final results, double points. That propels Robert Showalter up in the points, as well as Jimmy Allen. A much-needed good points day for CJ and LJ as well.
Yeah, Eric Riggins brings home the Golden Ashley. That's something that's going to go front and center on his living room. He's going to have to build a new trophy case just for that thing. And just to be clear, that is a laser scan replica of the wonderful Ashley Burnett.
And Jimmy Allen Jr., the pre-race chatter was that this is the last race he was running his own data on. He has to share this going forward due to the merger. We'll see if his performance continues as we move forward in the season.
Yeah, you know they're going to be hounding. You know, look at Ronnie Shirk and Mike Rott there. You know they're going to be hounding him for information as the rest of the season goes on. And this was a big night for them as well. A good run.
It's only a matter of time before all that information starts getting faked.
Oh, my God. That is so true in racing. Dash Series final results. Magic Mike will take home the win. Quentin Haley, great top 3 finish. Filthy Mechanic Clothing Company Pro Cup Series final results. Ryan Ayers will take home the win in that one. That was an amazing finish.
Yeah, another Golden Ashley handed out tonight. Ryan Ayers takes home that one, his most coveted award. Zach Stroop comes home second. Jonathan Cuevas with the Taco Machine coming home in third.
The competition, Brad Bob is bringing out a lot of new faces. Ayers, Platt, Tages, Melton, Wilcox, Finney. We've seen them before, but people are starting to catch wind of DNQ as the premier place to race to showcase your talent and your sponsors. I think these classes are only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. We're already sending home people most nights. It's just an awesome series to be a part of. Bring your card out. We'll take your money. We'll let you race.
Yeah, and the great thing about DNQ is we will not take your full sponsor, only 25% of the money. So that is a great deal compared to some other sports.
Yes. That happens right at the DeHunt hairpin over there. Side note as well, in the Ghostface Brewing Cup Series, we did send a piece of tire out from Eric Riggins to the lab, and it came back clean, so just wanted to put that as a side note as well. Well, Brad, we had an amazing night here tonight at Millbridge Speedway. It's still not done. These guys are arguing about the last feature, but it has been an amazing event here tonight, and more than we expected.
Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat the whole night, but that last race, the Cup race, was everything that you could ask for out of DNQ racing. I was on the edge of my seat for all 25 laps. The fastest cart brought home the victory, not uncontested. I mean, those guys battled. They were first, second, third, fourth, fifth right here. The 5 of Showalter ran him down from 5 seconds back and couldn't get it done. I mean, Riggins saved his stuff, and it paid off. I mean, he was out here testing, brought a whole different cart back for tonight. I mean, it was everything DNQ is about.
Yeah, we saw arguments, wheels fall off. I mean, we saw all the action here tonight. It was an amazing night here at the Millbridge Speedway. Cannot thank you enough for joining us.
Yeah, of course, my pleasure. I'm glad that I could finally make it here. I mean, double points night. We handed out a bunch of Golden Ashleys, and I'm ready to come back.
This night did not disappoint. We cannot wait to see everybody in August when we run the Tar Heel Racing Supplies race.